why does God allow evil? Does he allow it? Is he responsible for all the evil? Children dying from leukemia, pedophilia, can he stop it? Why doesn't he stop it? He has all the power to himself. One thing that God will never, ever, ever do is reveal his grand purpose and plan. He will never explain his grand plan. Never, ever. He will never tell you why he's doing this. He will never reveal that to you. He will never give you why. Never. God will only reveal himself. God will never tell you his grand plan and his ending for you. So get that out of your head. If God tortured basically Jesus, his only begotten son, God planned, ladies and gentlemen, the horrendous torture and death of Jesus. So explain that. He planned all of that. Is that evil? Because he planned it. Could he have stopped it? Yes. But we would not have been saved. Could there not have been, he is God, could there not have been another plan, a plan B? Yes, but it would have gone against his nature. God will never go against his nature. God will never go against his promise. His word, his living word means more than heaven, means more than hell. He says hell and heaven will burn away basically and disappear. But my word, God, that God allows Satan to attack, one of the greatest examples. Well, number one is Jesus, and number two is Job. So go to, you basically understand who God is through what he did to Job. So basically Satan goes in front of God. Now, Satan is not in hell, ladies and gentlemen. Satan has limited access to heaven, and of course to hell. And and of course to earth. He has limited access to heaven and to earth. So earth belongs kind of to him, okay? So listen to this. Job 1 and 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them. And the Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" So Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro on the earth." Where do you think I come from, God? "And from walking back and forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job?" Okay, God likes to brag. God likes to brag about his children to Satan, okay? "That there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil and loves me." This is what God's saying to Satan. So Satan answered the Lord and said, "Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around him, around his household, and around all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work on his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But now stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will surely curse you and in your face, God." And the Lord said to Satan, listen to this, "Behold, all that he has is in your hand and your power. Only do not lay a hand on his person." He's saying, do whatever you want to his family, to his possessions, to wife, just everything you want. Don't touch him. Don't kill him. Torture him, but don't kill him. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. And basically, to make a long story short, Satan takes away everything. This guy is a billionaire. Everything burns down. His 10 children die. The guy lives in hell, basically, to a point where worms are coming out of his body and his skin. And Job, as we all do, starts complaining to God and saying, what's going on with my life? I served you my whole life. Why are my enemies living better than me? You took away everything from me. You took away my children. You took away all my wealth. You took away my cattle. You took away my homes. I am filled with cancer. I am in pain. I cannot sleep. Worms are coming out of my skin. What is going on, God? What have I done? I lived a perfect life. I prayed. I gave my tithes. I gave my alms to you. What is going on? So Job starts complaining, right, in chapter 28. And then to make a long story short, God says he never answers his question. You can do whatever you want to do, hit your head on the wall, burn yourself. God never explained himself to you, why he's doing it, okay? So God says, hey, Job, let me ask you a question. Where were you when I created the waters and the oceans? Where were you when I created the land? Where were you when I created the universe? Where were you when I created the fish of the sea and the bird of the air? Where were you? You're questioning me? What is God? What's God? The underlying message of this, first of all, God says, hey, I don't come to you. First of all, you come to me. I don't come to you, you come to me. My door is always open. Stop complaining and go to God. Everything is finished, basically. For us, everything is finished. Everything was accomplished on the cross. God slaughtered his only begotten Son to save our evil, disgusting selves from everlasting hell. So no matter what you're going through, ladies and gentlemen, you're saved. You're saved. And again, you will never, ever get an answer to God as to why this is happening, why are children, being raped, why are children hungry, why this, why that, why this, why that. So right now you're in front of God asking him these things. And you know what God is telling you? Why? Because of your sin. Is that my fault? Because of your sin. You're saying why children are hungry, and I'm asking you why children are hungry. Why aren't you feeding that child? He's asking you the same question because he has given you power, right? Why aren't you stopping it? Ladies and gentlemen, I respect God for not stepping in because he has given us all power, and we live in sin, and because of sin, all this evil has entered our world. So just think about it. We can't judge God. Can he stop it? Yeah. Why doesn't he stop it? Does he stop it sometime? Yeah. Why doesn't he always stop it? I don't know. God doesn't have robotic proclivities. He doesn't do everything the same way, because he will not allow you to put him in a box. The way he blesses me and the way he curses me is absolutely different than the way he blesses you and curses you and puts you into the fire and trials and tribulations. He might not curse me with bodily sicknesses and pain, but he might curse me with my mind, pain in my mind, where I'm sore vexed from pain, and you don't even know why you're in pain. It just, somebody's attacking your mind. The devil attacks your mind. You get depressed. Why do people get depressed? From their mind. The enemy attacks your mind. You could be a trillionaire, a billionaire, and still be depressed, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing brings you happiness. Money doesn't bring you happiness. The only happiness you could get and joy that nobody will ever be able to take that away from you is your faith. No matter what happens, you put your faith, anchor is on the cross. You put that anchor on the cross. Everything has been diminished. Everything was nailed on the cross. Everything was nailed on the cross. So you stop doing the work and complaining to God and wanting answers. He will never give you an answer. Trust me. He does not give you an answer. You could bang your head on the wall. He will never give you an answer as to why you're in your situation. When are you going to get out? It just doesn't work. Listen. Greatness does not, I always say this, come out in the light. Greatness always comes in the dark. God did not create the world in light. Everything that he created, it started in darkness. You grow in darkness. You don't put a seed in the light and expect that seed to grow and to become a tree. No, you dig it, you kill it under the soil, 6 feet under, that for it to grow. You can't grow in light. You can't grow in always being happy. No, he has to break you because he wants you to conform into the likeness and the image of Jesus Christ. Listen to this. How did Michelangelo get this beautiful marble sculpture of David, my favorite sculpture? How did Michelangelo do that? You know how he did that, ladies and gentlemen? He took this big slab of marble with a hammer and broke and chiseled all the parts that did not look like David. Ooh, this doesn't look like David. Get out of here. Ooh, this doesn't look like David. This doesn't look like David. So he knocked it and he broke all the parts that did not look like David. Until he broke and shattered every single piece. Can you imagine how painful that was for the David that was in there? It's like, this is a slab. How painful for me to become this sculpture because God is chiseling me to get this. God has chiseled me and with the hammer and broke off all the pieces that does not belong to Guyana. Okay? Do you understand this? He has to take away, strip you out of everything, no matter what it takes. He will even put you in a lava to get what he wants from you. He will allow you to get tortured to get what he wants from you. You know why? Because I would rather be tortured on earth for 100 years, which is impossible, it's never 100 years, than to go to hell and burn for trillions and trillions and trillions everlasting years, never ending. So you choose. Do you want to have a happy life here and get tortured forever and ever? Everything has a reason. Everything has a reason, ladies and gentlemen. There is a reason why that person is in that situation. Maybe if that child, this is really bad what I'm saying. This is just my opinion. Maybe if that child did not have cancer or was not tortured or I don't know, whatever it is, raped, maybe that child would not have been where they are now, for example. Maybe they would have been, if they were not in that situation, maybe they would have been a murderer and would gone to hell. Maybe they would have raped somebody else instead of being raped and ending up in hell. You know what I mean? I think about those things. I know it's really bad even to think about that, but there's always a reason, and it's a mystery. He will never tell you why. If we knew everything, then we would have been God. Okay? If God told you all his business, then it wouldn't work. So you just focus on what you can do in your power and let God do his business. and just trust